Obviously, this was super unexpected. Thank you, Theo, obviously, for allowing me to share this moment. But all right, I guess where do I start from? Has to be from the beginning, right? So I'm gonna say to you guys, you know, this is not about the, I guess by disclaimer, if I start tearing up, it's just emotion, right? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, the venture to this point. So, you know, like Theo said, you know, obviously it's been a pretty long road. I guess when I first came here back in 2004, interviewed for a position with a company, you know, doing construction, got unemployed for 6 months, out of work. You know, put out resumes in different places. National Income was one of the only places that actually offered me a, you know, a position. At the time I wasn't working, I had to borrow money.
No more.
So, team, I had to borrow money to go through a pre-licensing class. Probably the first time in my life I've ever borrowed $1 from somebody. Went to my father, you know, obviously was the one who made it possible for me to come here in the first place. Went to him and said, listen, you know, this company is looking to hire me. I needed money to go through some form of training to get a position. Obviously, no hesitation. Paid for my classes. I would say I've never looked back and said to him, here, this is the money that you had given me for, you know, the licensing class, but hoping he at least appreciates all the things that we've been through over the last 10 years, at least with me working here. But I would say just like I would say some of you at this point, or every one of you, went through a licensing class. There were roadblocks. Failed my state test by 1%. Obviously, you know, pushed forward, made it happen, came through a licensing class. I was in a class of probably about 12 to 15 people. The only one who passed my state test. Only one who passed my state test, like Theo said, I was in a boot camp of one. With Theo, you know, on the weekends working on presentation, obviously got to the point where started off going out making sales, struggled just like everyone else, but I could say you know, there were a lot of reasons or a lot of things why.
You so me dream, bro. Come on.
There were a lot of reasons or a lot of things that happened where I could have given up or just basically quit. Roadblocks, you know, through the last 10 years, obviously. But I have to say, based upon the way I grew up, my life experience coming into this business, you know, in reference to the people that are always around me. You know, my mother, my father, my grandmother, rest her soul. These individuals every single day used to work hard. Never heard them ever give up on anything that they've started. So, you know, with that said, that's one of the reasons why I fought through all the, the rough times during the beginning, and obviously here at this point. It also is important, and it helps when you have people in the business that actually cares for you. You know, Theodore Pappas gave me that opportunity to be a part of his team. I would say he's probably done for me more in 10 years than what family members have done for me. So, so Theo, thank you for everything. Obviously, you've believed in me since the day one, and obviously still to this day. I consider not only you know, my leader, my boss, but a true friend. You know, with what you've done for me, man. So thank you for that. Other than that, I want to thank every single person who's been here with me throughout it all. You know, the people who've, I guess, believed in my leadership, the people who allow me to lead them the way I know how to. You know, Salman Quadri, Bobby Swaja, you know, every single one of you, Calvin Irvin, my entire team, the entire MGA body, my RGA team, the complete Pappas agents are obviously for giving me support. And I guess, you know, this 10 years seems like it means more to you than it does to me. But, you know, when I first interviewed, I didn't, if somebody had told me that I would still be with this company 10 years, obviously I would have told them it wouldn't be possible. But, you know, there's a lot of things that I could say I learned or experienced during my 10 years with the company, and I'm obviously looking to share some of those things with all of you here right now. So I live a very simple life. So, you know, if you ask me what allowed me in 10 years or over the years to still be here and at least live in reality what some of you have as a dream right now, there's no one word or one answer for it. But I think I could share with you guys a couple of things that at least hopefully will help you throughout your careers with the company and obviously to move forward in reference to possibly at one point being here and I guess making a speech and tearing up and all that kind of stuff like I do. So there's 7 words I want to give to you guys, and just to hopefully help you throughout the years. And I think this works for me, and I think, and the reason why I say 7, I would say everything I do in my life, it has a reason behind it, and I use 7 because 7 is my lucky number. 7 is my lucky number. You know, for those of you who are in post, you know I play sports, I play soccer. That's the number jersey I wear. So everything that I do involves 7. It's in the Bible, all these type of things. So there's just a belief process that comes with. So the first thing I want you to have, or word that you need to use, is urgency. Okay. You always have to have a sense of urgency in everything that you do. I shared this with my team in Whitestone the other day, and I said, Jim Rohn said, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. So without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. So you must have urgency in everything that you do. Every day you tell yourself that your back is against the wall. Just basically picture that and see actually what happens. See how you react to those type of situations. And the second thing is belief. You must have a belief. Number one, you have to believe in yourself, because, for example, if I didn't believe in myself from day one, when I failed my state test, sorry, by 1%, I could have given up like anyone else. I was in a class where I know there was one individual who took the state test at least 7 times, didn't pass, and that particular training licensing class that I was in, if I had confidence that anyone else could have passed the state test, it would have been that person. Unfortunately, he didn't decide to move to the next level, which is obviously you know, going through the exam and coming on board. But you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in reference to the company. You need to believe in the leadership that you have or you get from everyone who's in this deal. And also you have to believe in what you're doing, because it only makes sense. If you don't believe in what you're doing, then obviously it's not going to yield the results that you actually want. The third thing that you need to be hungry. Okay.
easy road.
Yeah, so, like I said, you need to be hungry. You have to treat the business the way you treat eating. If you get up in a day and you go through an entire day, at the end, if you're going to go to bed and you don't eat, you have a certain type of feeling inside of you. And if you've ever, at any point in your life, you know, growing up,
We're here for you, Levar.
If you ever growing up went to bed not eating, and it's not because of choice, then you'll understand what I'm saying. You have to be hungry for the business. See, when you get the taste of something good, you also always want to get more of it, and that's the way this business is. So you always have to be hungry. The next thing is you have to have heart. You have to be willing to give up or give something to this business in order for you to get something back from it. So if you have no heart, then it's never going to work. And the number 5 thing I think would be to have a no-nonsense type of approach. See, the minute you stop finding excuses for yourself or taking excuse from others, you'll find a way to make things happen. Number 6 is you always have to be humble. Okay, you must be humble. The Bible states that you know, riches are like an eagle. They just pick up their wings and fly. So if at some point you weren't doing well and you started doing good, and you know you put yourself in a position where you don't realize what you have in front of you right now, obviously you're going to take things for granted, which won't last for long. So just remember that riches are like an eagle. They just pick up their wings and fly, which means whatever we have right now, you could wake up tomorrow and it's gone. So always be appreciative of everything you have. And the last thing, number 7, is to have an understanding. Okay, I say this all the time. You know, I guess when you go through certain things in life, it's important, but you must have an understanding. You need to, I guess, you know, remember where you're coming from, right? So, with that said, you could always appreciate everything that you have right now. But the most important part is to know exactly where you're going, right? You must set goals and make sure that your goals are obviously big. Because without those things in front of you, you're going to look back and say, well, you probably didn't give everything that you have. Thanks for sharing this moment, guys.